So this is my attempt to record some memories of my life. Things that I can recall because my memories are mostly gone because I've had a brain injury and that has removed virtually all of my memory. So I want to try and record now what I can to have something to look back on in my life. I have achieved what I think is a great deal in life, and some of what I say will be random, disjointed, and won't be coherent sometimes, but I'll try to be clear. I just want to make a record of what I can remember to help me in life. So in education, I went to St Aidan's Primary School in North London. Then I went to Highgate Wood Secondary School, and this would have been around I would have been around, I suppose, 88 or so, 1988 or so, that kind of period. I was born in 73, 1973. So I think after I went to St Aidan's Primary School, then I went to Highgate Wood Secondary School in North London. Then I went to Fortismere Sixth Form, also in North London. I then went to the University of Westminster in London. I did cognitive science as a degree. My A-levels were English, Maths and Physics. I don't remember the grades I achieved. And I studied my A-levels in Fortismere Sixth Form. I went to Highgate Wood Secondary School and St Aidan's Primary School. I think I've said this already. So things will, as I said, will be confused and disjointed because of my brain injury situation. But I do want to do this to make a record of what I can remember to help me in life. At university, I studied cognitive science as a degree. After my university degree, I achieved a 2-2 grade. 2-2. And I studied at I barely remember where I studied. I think it was the University of Westminster. After my degree, I worked at companies such as New Leaf Limited. I remember working with, I think, a man called Steve O'Hara and Iqbal Vora and possibly Mike Barringer. And my degree was in cognitive science at the University of Westminster. So I'm thinking when this would have been and I was born in 1973, so that would mean 1994 to 1996 kind of period for my degree. Now, when I think of where I studied, I don't actually remember where I studied. So it might come back to me where I studied. But my lower level studies was in St. Aidan's Primary School, Highgate Wood Secondary School, Fortismere Sixth Form, University of Westminster, what else can I remember? I think I achieved a 2-2 degree in cognitive science. It's so strange not having a memory of my life. And so this is my attempt to record some details of my life. It's hard to know what to do next. I'm trying to remember the degree I studied. I think it was in cognitive science. And I think I achieved a 2-2 degree. As I said, I think already, the University of Westminster. Now, in terms of work, I worked at a company called New Leaf Limited. I worked for, who else did I work for? I just don't remember any companies that I worked for. But I definitely worked for a large company, IT related. I just don't remember the name of the companies. Now I was born in 1973, so this would have been 1992 kind of period when I was studying rather. I achieved a 2-2 degree. It is such a struggle to try and remember my life. So I was also a Taekwondo instructor. So I remember achieving second degree black belt in ITF Taekwondo. But apparently I achieved fourth degree black belt. I just don't remember third or fourth degree. I ran a Taekwondo school in North London in Barnet. I think it's New Barnet, but I'm I'm not clear on details. I called the school Taekwondo Excel. I taught adults and juniors, but I also taught a specific junior class for very young children, which I called Tiny Taekwondo. And I had a website for this as well, which I called tinytkd.com. My school website was tkdxl.co.uk. The businesses I worked for, one was called, I think it was called Thorough Systems, which was a small IT consultancy. So this would have been around 1994, 95 kind of period. Now I don't remember where the companies were located. Somewhere in London, I just don't remember where. It is so strange to not have a memory of my life. So I'm making this effort to record what I can to help me in life. Hopefully will lead to more memory. The degree I studied was, I think, cognitive science. And I think that was University of Westminster. And I believe I achieved a 2-2 degree in cognitive science. My A-levels, I think, was English and Maths and Physics. I don't remember the grades. No, I think I studied at the University of Westminster for my degree. I went to Fortismere School, 6th form. I went to Highgate Wood Secondary School, St Aidan's Primary School. Those both in North London. It is so difficult to record and recall anything of life. But apparently hard to speak to you. So I got, I believe, a 2-2 level degree. So I think I've said already one place I've worked. I worked for New Leaf Limited. I worked for FI Group, which was a large consultancy. I formed my own business, one with Oleg Smanov, which I called Thorough Systems. I also ran a private single person business which was called Alda Computing. So Thorough Systems was a partnership, then Alda Computing, a private company. Now this would have been around 1995, I think. I'm struggling to recall anything further of my life. I married a woman called Elizabeth Moss and had 2 children, and I believe the children are James and Sophie, but I don't remember my children. I owned a house and a flat simultaneously, so I'm very proud of myself for achieving that in life. The house was 5 Sycamore Close, East Barnet, EN4 8AQ. My flat was flat 10, 7 Warwick Gardens, in N4 1JS, and the postcode for my house was EN4 8AQ. In ITF Taekwondo, I remember reaching 2nd degree black belt, but apparently I achieved 4th degree black belt. I just don't remember 3rd or 4th degree. So I'm proud of myself for achieving 4th degree. I'm very glad to have achieved that in life. So this would have been around the late 90s, I believe. 1990s. It is very difficult to live without a memory, and then to have my whole life gone from my head. So many things are just a mystery now. I don't know what my children look like, even. I don't know how old they would be now. Looking at the date now and trying to guess what ages they might be, but I'm a bit confused. I don't know how old they might be now. I don't know how to do that. So life is a real mystery, and it is so tragic that this has happened in life, where I've lost my memory due to brain injury. No, I don't know for sure, but I believe I tried suicide, and that's how I lost my memory. I don't know when this was. I don't know why this was. I don't know if I will see my children again. I don't know if that's even possible, and how to begin to try and see my children. I can only hope for now to be able to see my children. I don't know what went wrong with me and Liz as Elizabeth Moss. I don't know the situation. I'll probably stop here for now because I'm confused.